So you're saying that you have personally viewed objects on the moon that are not just part of the moon?
That's correct. I had a sighting with 8 people. Together we were at the elevation of 7,000 feet where we set up our telescope, where we observed 2 nights in a row 3 enormous large objects in the crater Archimedes, and cigar-shaped, one crater in the northern part, one spacecraft in the northern part, and 2 in the southern part of the crater. So when I made contact with other people that were interested in the same subject, here they confirmed my findings, because they too had seen different objects, large objects on the moon.
That sounds like something that would have to be seen by professional astronomers at the big observatories. Are they talking?
Some of them do, some of them don't. I remember one case of Walter Haas, was a professional astronomer that in the 1940s already had observed these mysterious objects on the moon and moving lights, and he had organized a group of astronomers that observed hundreds of these objects over a period of several weeks.
Now, as I understand it, your book talks about things that NASA found, that the astronauts found when they went there. What did they find?
For instance, astronaut Stafford made a statement that he is observing right now very pretty little volcanoes on the moon. They found by leaving seismic instrumentation on the surface that there is still seismic activity that's registering there. That means that the moon is not a dead place, that something is taking place inside in its interior. They found water geysers spraying water over a wide area on the lunar surface. And they also, when the Apollo astronauts approached a Surveyor spacecraft that had landed there earlier by remote control, they removed the camera system, and the whole spacecraft was thoroughly sterilized, everything. And when they brought the system back to Earth, they found microbes, not only on the lens, outside, but also inside the lens, growing in the camera system. And so consequently, microbes, according to my interpretation, means there's something alive. And that if there are microbes on the moon, that may lead to other living things.
And what about the alien bases themselves? What evidence have you got of that, and what do you think is there?
From my studies and my photographs, I find many oval and cigar-shaped and round glowing objects on the moon. On the lunar backside, I have studied an area that shows 10 objects neatly parked in rows. Of course, it takes about 14, 15 times enlargement to see anything clearly, halfway clearly. But still, you can know for sure that this is something that is artificial. Is not artificial, but it's man-made, because there are rows lined up of seem to be like egg-shaped objects or oval objects that have to be made by some intelligent creatures in civilization. This one was taken in 1952 by Adamski, and this is an enormous, approximately over 1 mile long spacecraft. This is a picture that I have on my one page. That is a NASA photo. It shows an enormous large object between our orbiting spacecraft and the lunar surface. There's another one behind it up on top, as you see, and also the shadow that is cast on the left of the ship and behind it, showing you that it's above the ground. Here's a construction on the moon that looks extremely artificial. Not only is the crater perfectly cut, but this huge setup on this side, on the left side of it, which is about 30 miles in length.
Everything you're saying runs contrary to what we're told about the moon and about what we found on the moon, which suggests that a huge secret is being kept. Why is that secret being kept?
The moon, from a military engineering point of view, would be a perfect base for us. We could go there, we could set up bases, we could live there for a great length of time, and could watch the Earth, and as a superior power from the military point of view, it would be a tremendous advantage for us to keep this as secret as possible.